Hey guys! Welcome to my channel. Today I will recap a movie called Andover which was released in 2018. So let's get into it without further delay. So sit back and enjoy this amazing sci-fi thriller. Adam was sitting in his bedroom with a ring case in his hand while his girlfriend slept beside him. He tries to wake his wife up by closing the case loudly a few times, but when she doesn't budge, he goes out to make breakfast for her. After several tries, he finally manages to make some unburnt pancakes and bring breakfast for his girlfriend in bed. His girlfriend Dawn is surprised by this and asks him why she is getting special treatment, to which Adam says that he wants to ask her something, but before he could say what he wants, Dawn says that she has to go to the bathroom. Not being able to wait any longer, Adam follows her and stands outside the door. He tells her that he knows she believes in destiny, but he believes they have control over it, which is what makes them perfect together. Dawn interrupts him, saying that she can't hear him, and asks him to come inside. Once inside, Adam kneels in front of her, says he wants them to start their new lives together right away and hands her the ring. Dawn accepts his proposal and says that she is the only one who is saying yes to him in that position, and if it were someone else he would not get a positive answer. Later, Dawn is at the glass factory where she works and tells her friend Camille about the proposal. She says that it was spontaneous, intimate, and sweet, but Camille thinks it was a little crazy. Dawn says to her friend that any romantic gesture can be creepy or sweet, and it just depends on how you feel about the person who is doing it. Even though it was not her dream proposal, as she wanted to get proposed to in a bouncy house, it was still perfect. Meanwhile, Adam is also at the university where he teaches and is telling his students about cloning. After the class, a student follows him and says that she is impressed by his work and that if he needs a lab assistant, she will work with him, but Adam refuses, saying that he doesn't need help right now. After some time, Adam and Dawn get married in a beautiful ceremony. After marriage, they go to get life insurance because Adam says that he wants to be able to help Dawn even when he is away. Dawn says that she knows that Adam will need more help when she is gone, so the insurance officer says that they will make sure to take care of her. Later, when Dawn goes to work in the glass factory, an accident causes the fire to spread, and she can't escape in time and dies after being burned alive. Meanwhile, Adam is cooking at home when the police arrive and tell him about the incident, making him shocked. Later, he stores Dawn's ashes in a vase, and while doing so, he finds her wedding ring there. At her funeral, he gives his final speech and says that he first saw her at an art exhibition, could get her out of his head, and went there again to see her in the same spot, but both times he couldn't see her properly due to a vase, so he bought that vase, and now her ashes are stored in that vase. After his speech, several people come to her and offer their condolences. His friend says to him that even if he can no longer see her, that doesn't mean he can no longer feel her. After the ceremony, he spent some time with Dawn's parents and then went back home, where he kept watching their wedding video again and called her number only to hear her recorded voicemail. Adam then goes to his psychiatrist and tells her that he doesn't want to sign the death certificate to get insurance money. His doctor says that he thinks if he signed the paper, it would mean she is actually gone and he is in denial, but Adam harshly refuses to admit that he is not in denial. Later, he is in the lab with a half-filled form in his hand when the timer he set for his experiment goes off, and he finds that the cloning experiment he did on a mouse is a success. He quickly comes back home and takes Dawn's hair brush with him and goes back to the lab, where he puts her DNA for the cloning process, but the time it would take is 30 days, so he stops the process. He discusses that in his next class and says that the problem in their cloning process is the growth rate. If they have a patient with active liver failure, it will take 3 to 4 months to grow the new one. Emma, one of his students who had previously asked permission to work in his lab, suggested that if they fact the tissue with Warner syndrome, they could speed up the process. Adam is impressed by the answer and offers her a job as his lab assistant. He quickly dismisses the class and takes Emma with him to his lab. He tells her that the work they are going to do is ethically ambiguous. Emma agrees to help him at first, but when she finds out that he is trying to clone his dead wife, she is repulsed by the idea and says that the thing he is doing is crazy and illegal. Emma tries to talk him out of it, but he is persistent and says that she can go if she doesn't want to help him. In the end, she decides to stay with him. They start the process, and after the required time, the clown of Dawn is here. Emma tells Adam that he will have to teach her everything, like walking, talking, and all the other basics. The clone becomes extremely old and dies of old age before they can do anything else. Emma asks Adam if he has slowed down the process, but he says he hasn't. Emma asks what they should do with her now, but Adam brings the body to the fire pit and burns it. Adam tells Emma that Dawn originally died like that. Emma comforts him, saying that the pain will get better with time, but Adam says he doesn't want it to. Back in the lab, Adam says that he found a way to slow down the process, and they just need to test it first. They test their findings on a mouse, and after several tries, they finally get a positive result. Emma again tries to talk to him and says that some people think that cloning devalues life, and she figures that what they are doing is wrong, but Adam doesn't pay her any attention. After their successful experiment, Emma says that before cloning Dawn again they have to keep in mind her growing pains, but Adam says that he can't wait for 18 years. They agree on keeping the growing time at 3 months. After successfully cloning Dawn again, Adam brings a baby Dawn home and starts to raise her. She grew up to be an adult in 3 months, but instead of becoming someone Adam could consider a lover, she became like his daughter. He discusses this with Emma, but she says that he raised her, so he should have expected this. When he returned home, he apologized to Dawn for his earlier rude behavior. Dawn asks who is in the wedding picture. He says that he thought it was her, but Dawn says that they have different smiles. She asks him what is wrong with her, pointing out that she grows fast while he remains the same size. Adam decides to tell her the truth and takes her to the attic, where he had previously hidden Dawn's ashes. He tells her that she died in a fire, but he couldn't live without her, so he cloned her. Dawn is shocked by all this, and in her attempt to get away from him, she falls from the attic and dies. Meanwhile, Dawn's parents were coming to surprise Adam, but her mother saw him talking to Dawn from the window and thought that Dawn's spirit was haunting the house. After burning Dawn's body again, Adam sits in his house watching his wedding video. He dreams about creating a lot of clones of Dawn and goes to his psychiatrist to discuss it. He tells her what he dreamt about and says that Dawn was not the same in his dream, to which the psychiatrist says that his consciousness is smart enough to know that genetics only play a small part in making us who we are. Adam asks what the other thing is, and she says that our experiences make us who we are, and the only way Dawn's clone will be the same as if he raises her the same way her parents did. After meeting with his psychiatrist, Adam goes to Dawn's parents' house and talks to her father. He says that he can't stop thinking about Dawn and wants to have her back, and if they will help him, he has an idea to bring her back, but Dawn's father slaps him for suggesting the idea. When he comes back to the lab, he tells Emma all the things about Dawn and says that this time he wants her to raise Dawn. She refuses at first, but seeing Adam suffer like that, she finally agrees to help him. She raises Dawn this time, but when she becomes an adult and Emma goes to drop her off at Adam's place, she protests, not wanting to leave Adam's side. Adam forcefully keeps her at his house for a few days, but when she remains the same, he brings her back to Emma's house, where Dawn listens to Emma and Adam arguing about them as Emma says that she doesn't want to keep her. Dawn silently goes to the bathroom and kills herself by slitting her wrists. He raises Dawn's friend Emma the next time, but as Camille tries to replicate the experience, she falls in love with her high school crush, Wyatt. Adam is not happy with all this, and when he complains to Emma about it, she asks him why he is so obsessed with it. Adam says that he loves her and wants to be with her. He again goes to Wyatt's place, suggesting that he can help them with Dawn's fast growth, but it kills Dawn instead. When Emma finds out about this, she says that he is going insane as he is doing the same thing over and over again, and they can do better work than this, but Adam says he will do it 1,000,000 times if he has to. Emma is tired of his behavior and leaves him. Adam clones Dawn once more and gives her to a friend to raise. Meanwhile, Emma, who has fallen in love with Adam, makes a clone of him to be able to stay with him. After several failed attempts, he speaks with Dawn's parents again and informs her mother of what is going on, as she believes Dawn's spirit has returned. They finally agree to help him and raise Dawn as they did before. This time she is just like his wife, but she says she doesn't love him. Meanwhile, a life insurance adjuster accuses the professor of faking his wife's death and offers to approve his claim, provided the professor pays him his $1 million insurance payout. The professor kills the adjuster and clones it. He gets the clone drunk and calls the police. He gets to keep the payout. Adam and Emma get back together when he goes to confront her when she talks rudely to him on the phone and realizes they should be together, but he has to deal with the clones of Adam and Dawn. The clones eventually fall in love, and this time Adam proposes to Dawn like she always wanted to get proposed to. Thanks for watching the recap. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video so you don't miss any content from us. Stay tuned for more thrilling and amazing movies. See you soon. Bye.